So, I just returned home from a science conference, guys. I'm all warmed up to do another like science reactor to zone. Of course, we're gonna watch the 4 now, episode 2, of course. And I have to say, first of all, though, I am kind of more excited to hopefully see who the new bad guy is in America than perhaps science. But I want to start with this scene here immediately, guys, where Senku explains that this is how we were, how we make beer, right? And, giving alcohol to people working at the pyramids is a common thing, which is true. I bring it up because I just want to point a hole in this typical myth that they were slaves, right? They actually weren't slaves to build the pyramids. Usually they use contract work, kind of like consulting business. Basically, imagine that you're an engineer, right? 2 years ago, and you build a bridge, right? So you're like a bridge engineer guy. You can't build, a bridge every day in one city, right? You have to travel around. One bridge over in that country, one in that country, 2 in this country. So you had to travel around, right? The pyramid thing was basically a mixture of, people with just kind of general physical, skills, right? And also engineers. And both of them were kind of like that. They just traveled to, this pharaoh guy in that country is paying all the money now to build this thing, right? So they would travel there, work there for maybe 2-3 years, 4 years, whatever, right? Based on the size of the pyramid, and then they would just travel somewhere else. So actually, of course, most of them were from the same country. They weren't actually slaves, so they just kind of traveled there, built the gas pyramid, they just went back home again. So certainly, the beer thing is still true. They would pay them with like alcohol and other fun stuff, of course, a lot. But I just want to point out immediately here the whole like typical misunderstanding how they actually was run, because there wasn't actually that much like forced labor on this pyramid or the kind of bigger engineering parts back in those days. There was more like contract engineers moving around different locations. But anyway, let's go further on. Yeah, Senku's like, no, I can't get drunk. Good point, Senku. Some Gin is too paranoid. He's like, I'm a trickster guy. Okay, she has like non-alcohol stuff. She got some kind of like non-alcoholic beverage. Yeah, a cocktail for... I feel Senku is more of a chef than a kid side though. Oh yeah, back to his acid lady. Yes, acid maiden. No, it's gonna be best out. This is a funny scene here, right? So add poison to the poison, yeah. But honestly, I think Gen, as a modern man, so to speak, is a little overreacting here, right? So what they're doing here, of course, is causing a reaction. So you have every chemical really, right, has either an endothermic or an exothermic reaction. So they either react and they lose energy or they gain energy. And also exothermic, it's like an explosion, right? It gives out energy. Endothermic it gets colder, it drains out energy, right? So usually what happens if you have 2 poisonous subbies, right? Whatever it is. Usually, not always of course, but most poisons are of course exothermic. They give out some kind of poison, they explode, whatever, right? They have some kind of acid in them. Obviously, the word poison is kind of a broad term, so it can be a lot of stuff. But mostly there are 2 exothermic reactions, right? So what happens is, in most cases, is they actually take each other out, right, so to speak. It's kind of like 2 bombs just explode each other and nothing is left. Of course, I'm very, very simplifying it now. But again, basically imagine that you have not all of them, but most of these kind of poisons are in the same wheelhouse of chemical reaction, right? So then you have like the same chemical reaction times 2 onto each other, right? So they probably just take that out, or they will become double as positive. It's kind of like how amphium wave works. It either you have a dissonance and it takes that out, we have a resonance and they amplify the power, right? So it's kind of like that. But honestly, I don't think Gen should be surprised about it. This to me is like a basic chemistry. It's like, well, he's probably know that a lot of acids will actually remove the other acid strength of it and just become nothing else. Yeah. And then event, of course, with the pH value, then you know how sour it is, right? Yeah. As long as it's about 7. But it's cute though. Senku is mostly like, hey, what did she do though? Senku is the one that basically did everything. He's like, here's the finished remedy. Yeah, like, how much did she actually do though? Like, she just mixed his like little thing left there. Oh nice, he's like a Suka little hat though. That's cute though. She got that little hat thing. That's adorable. Yeah, I like that one. The alcohol episode. Uma! Are you gonna add the cucumber into it? Of course. You know the taste, right? Of course it is. Yes, suddenly it tastes watermelon. That's good, yeah. Extra spicy. Seriously, it's just like his mind. You're gonna get the lamp, and then it turns blue. She is like, yes, look at this. Chemical expert. The guy is like, okay. Classic cigar, like, decently good. Yeah, it's like, yeah, he gets a spicy cola, of course, because he likes his cola. Oh, what's the cracker guts? Oh, spiced Cinderella, yeah. The alcohol episode. She's been like drunk person expert. Watch the episode. Use alcohol. All episodes use alcohol. Och here's Senku's green white thing. Tea latte. The whole episode is about drinks, man. The whole episode is like time to get drunk, everyone. Yeah, you're like, God, this episode is yeah, like should have announced me as said. Should have been a mixed bartender. So this is his backstory then, but yeah, the audience petrified, right? Oh, so they just threw it at them and petrified them. But yeah, it's a constant space, right? So, oh my God, it's Kinro. He's badass that time though. Yeah, then he gets broken too. Oh, so you could stop it by removing his hand. So now he's losing his first leader here. This guy was like super wise, man. What is the bloody sport that so far though? Yeah, this just killed them all. My God, he just slayed like 50 people there. Man, this is better than the darkest, because normally they don't have much blood, you know, when they fight this anime. I know. This guy really, he's like massacred. Like, oh my God, yeah, he just destroyed the whole army there. And then he got petrified with the last guy's somewhere core still. Oh yeah, but he did it in his wrist as well. Yeah. But his salty was like, wow, that was like good, like a double sword now. Yeah, what is it? Darth Maul styling it. What is it? It's the best martial artist. It's obviously he's back again for the second time. Yeah, they got petrified the last time. They got petrified, of course, during the fight with the crazy Ibara. Yes, teach you modern martial art. What does he want this time? His girl back? His girl has been petrified for a long time. His girlfriend, yeah. So yeah, he wants fluid for 2 people. He wants to revive his girlfriend. Right, come on. I'm calling it. I call it. He wants his rival back and his girlfriend back. I called it. I knew he was gonna revive his girlfriend back. He's finally back. Kuoka's rival and Yoga's girlfriend. Finally, she's back, man. And then also his new rival guy. He's like, I want this bro back in my team. Yeah, revive that bad, crazy bad guy. I want him and I want my girlfriend back. I call it, man. And Yoga was like, I want my girl back, man. So I was like, he smashed girls first. I'm anonymous. I'm talking about my girlfriend here. Yeah, we're gonna fight, bro. Oh yeah, powerful pirates. We're gonna be turning into One Piece now. I like it. Is apparently GPS in modern time or something. What? Yeah, precise. Okay, so he's using the time part. Okay, so he's using the time hourglass, right, to calculate how much time they're moving is all right, and of course using the ship and the base back in Japan to triangulate, right? So you triangulate, you only need to have 2 points really. So the ship and them, right? And then you can tell them exactly how like far they traveled by also using all the hourglass perfectly, you know, given the timer. So it's like, oh, you started at X point, right? Now at Y point, and given how much the hourglass has moved, you have been traveling exactly, you know, for like 7 hours and this much, blah blah. That's where I know exactly where you all can take that. So it's kind of how that thing works. So that's a pretty obvious triangulation with the speed. And I'm assuming that the ship itself has some kind of velocity meter there, so you can tell how fast they're traveling, right, on the actual ship, right? I don't think you actually need that, but kinda. It depends on exactly where you are, but yeah, but obviously it's much easier to if the ship can tell you exactly how fast you're traveling, but I guess they have some kind of measurement too on the ship, right, too. Yeah. Like I said, right, by knowing how fast you're traveling, now one location at a time, because you calculate exactly where you are, triangulate that. I would say it's pretty straightforward, right? Or it sucks anyway. What? Maybe he failed. Now it's a storm. I don't know. Or it's like, okay, I can calculate everything perfectly. Yeah, okay, great. It's a storm. Again, it's like you have max IQ but zero luck. Yeah, you have really, really bad luck, thank you. But the thing is that even if you calculate exactly where you are, I mean, you still can have massive storms, and even if you know exactly where I am in the ocean, it's like it won't make you. Not this sadly though. But the Vikings use mostly the stars, not sunstone. I mean, sunstone is not really. But there is of course you have the scar in the characters that like it absorbs light. Use your gorilla power. Use your gorilla power, Kwaku. Yes, tell her it's a gift to my girlfriend or sister. No, it absorbs light. It absorbs light. So it's like Swedish of Dahléns laws. Yeah, it's gonna calculate how much the light is. It's funny that Chrome is always the rock guy. Yeah, Chrome is like, oh, I got some calc, man. Yeah, calc side, I got it, bro. Okay, now they do a montage here of, yeah, and they have to do the time glass thing to measure them what they are and so on. Are they funny American now? No, it's like it's a giant ice. Oh, and also Wales suddenly. I like how the people that have been petrified are like, whoa! We had all these stop people. They're like, ah, we're gonna die. Yeah. Oh yeah, she's Hyoga's girlfriend. Yeah, she's the lookout. She finds America. Going to America. That's a bit interesting, right? Yet on the other theories of the Vikings how they traveled. So, of course, not a sunstone per se, but calcite or kalkspott or calcite or just kalk, as they call it in Swedish, right? It is like a natural prism, so it's like layers of glass, right? So, how it works is that because you have one, or it's Snell's law, so you have one layer, right? That vents lightning, when like lightning enters the rock, right? So see, he's holding into the rock here, right? Up a little bit in the Chrome image there. He holds the rock, right? And when the first lightning hits the layer, right? Lightning then diffracts at 1.5, typical glass or whatever. So that's like Snell's, it's called Snell's law. So it's about 1.5 like diffraction in typical glass, 1.33 in water as well. So I think calc has something like that, similar to glass. So it's like maybe a little bit harder, 1.6 or whatever, but something like that. So it diffracts, right? However, this happens always, right, when light hits into like a rock or whatever. But of course, when light hits into a real rock, like a rock, like a mineral that's much harder, and so it's transparent. I can't speak. Isn't transparent, right? Of course, it just stops there, right? But because this rock calcite is somewhat transparent, what happens is that light will diffraction twice, right? 1.5 or so roughly first time, and then a second time going out again, right? And that's what creates a natural prism. So you have double refraction on the same light beams, basically. And that's kind of how a rainbow works, so of course. Natural rainbow, right? Because in the sky, they have the water ripples, right? Which makes lighting hitting one water ripple. It's the same thing that it enters the water, right, on one side. It refracts or diffracts then 1.33, and then another 1.33 again, going out of the water ripple, right? So water, like whatever, ocean or whatever, has a second effect, right? So for example, if you have an aquarium, right, where you can travel through the aquarium, you can also get a rainbow effect, because it travels through water to water. Of course, it actually in an aquarium it's actually more time because it's glass, water, right? So yeah, but of course, here's my point. If you have like water like floating in the sky, light hit through it, you also may get a prism, right? So that's kind of how a rainbow is created, because you have a bunch of waters bunch of water in the sky, right? Which of course then may reflect like a rainbow. Sometimes when you walk past like a fountain, right, you might see a rainbow, right? Because it's like spitting out water, it might create like a rainbow effect, right? So that's how that thing works. Now the whole idea, you see the sandstone thing, that is definitely kind of disputed if the Wacky actually use that, because the Wacky also tended to kind of use actually look at the stars more, and they had like the North Star, and that's kind of how you kind of fix the North Star, that's kind of how it's over there, right? So it's a little bit disputed if they actually had that kind of sandstone thing, but that is how the actual stone would work. It refreshes light, and then you can use the double, the double refraction tells you kind of like where the sun is, right? So that's how to explain that thing. But another thing you might know, right, is that if you try to fish, right, you see a fish in the water, the fish actually isn't where you see it, right? Because of course light again is bent going into the water. So you see a fish, it's supposed to be next to you here, but it's actually it's like 1.3, it's like 33% actually further away from you. That was here actually, right? So the same thing this is used here, right? Basically it's like you have this thing here, but the sun's actually over here because it's like twice refracts, right? So you can calculate where the sun is supposed to be by seeing where the light enters. You can then tell you how much the sun is being, angled, right? Hope it makes any sense. But that's kind of how it would work. But it's not, it's not really. I don't know if I actually use that thing, honestly. I'm a little bit like, But that's a good point. Still, how the fish step out. You kind of know that the fish isn't actually there, right? So water will do the same thing, right? And so forth, right? Just the most obvious are actually transparent, right? So you won't actually see this thing. But anyway, hope you liked this explanation of calcite and refraction. But it's kind of like that. And also when you enter that angle, water is always the same thing going out again. So you can use it, for example. Lastly, here, when light hits an ocean, the I angle is the same as the R angle, and then the inter water angle would be the I angle divided by 1.33 then. That will give you the angle the fish actually is inside it, right? So in that thing, it's kind of the similar things, like 1.45, 1.25 of the angle of his chest by the man. He's also sized before, yeah, and the angle, so the angle for where the fish is, for example, in the water is the I angle of the reflection 1.3, and in that thing would be 1.5 I angle outside. You can see prison going out. But his thing had like that, right? In typical sandstone, had it in the same path. Yes, so it would be twice the refraction of 1.5. So it's like 1.5 x 1.5. You take that value and divide whatever the light effect you get. That's how it actually is. So hope the base understands. So easy math at 1.8, yeah. But it's roughly actually gold, almost a golden stick there. Yeah. But hope it understands, guys. Like the video, subscribe, and have a great day.